Good afternoon and welcome to the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. It's gold medal game here at the Superdome in Sydney. Shona Thorburn alongside Azania Stewart as China are going to try and take away that gold medal from the USA. China winning the tip-off. It's Yang Liwei, the captain. Little step back, long two, off the mark, boxed out by Wilson. And Gray has been superb.
Ooh, we forgot about Gray, haven't we? She had a huge assist. She only had 4 points, but she was dicing up the Canadians.
Stewart now goes right at Zhang. Gets her own rebound, can't hold on to it, so ball's back to China. Yeah, every time Chelsea Gray has the ball, her head is up and she's looking to find her open teammates.
Yeah, as she brings the ball down, you're so right, she keeps her head up. I really commend that.
Yang, tough take, off the mark. Lee almost comes up with the board, but Thomas there strips it from her. She finds Gray, Gray to Stewart. They go inside to Wilson. Wilson's gonna go to work. She's a lefty, folks. Nice rebound, Thomas, who has been spectacular on the boards for the USA. Stewart to Wilson, and Wilson is fouled by Zhang Ru.
Yeah, that's a nice little two-man game with Stewart and Deja Wilson here. Look, little pop-up pass, that is a foul, body to body, and she slams in to the LED light, and she'll send herself to the free throw line and hit the first.
How about the boom?
They're booing loud. And no doubt this is not the first time that Asia Wilson's been in a hostile environment.
Wilson goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
And the first to tick over the board.
Wang now setting up the offense for China. Li to Yang. Back to Wang. She gives it to Huang. They go inside to Lee. Great job using her body so Wilson can't come and block it is Lee Yueru. She struggled the last couple games. That's a great sign if you're a China fan.
Well, she posted up nice and deep. It was an easy bucket for her.
Lloyd, nice little move. Gets her shot off, isn't able to make it as Wang comes up with the rebound. She penetrates, no one's there. Great transition action by China as they are up 4-2. And this is a little bit better start than we saw in the group play.
You're right, they were missing those easy baskets. They were getting to the rim, but just wasn't finishing. This is a good start by China.
Gray inside to Stewart. Stewart's shot gets the friendly roll.
I think that hit every part of the rim at the back there.
And Stewart gets stuck behind the screen. Wang not able to score. Lee with the offensive rebound. Nice patience, little step through, keeps the ball high, and she finishes around the basket.
Lovely poise to catch that rebound and go right back up.
Lloyd gets it up to Gray. Gray not shooting much in this tournament. Well, that's not true. She didn't shoot much last night as she was facilitating her teammates. Huang. Huang now gives it up to Lee. Lee looking inside. She gets it to Huang. No one is guarding Zhang Ru, who's not able to score though. And now a turnover by the USA. Unfortunately, Wang was just not able to hold on to the ball.
The roars in here are just wild. Every time some sort of play here, they nearly get this steal. The crowd is definitely the sixth man, and they are pushing China.
Stewart now gives it up to Thomas. She's open.
Beautiful play.
Nice little jump shot there by Brianna Stewart. Huang had that huge quarterfinal game for them 2 days ago. They go inside to Lee. Help side is there as Stewart is able to make the catch difficult and ball back to the USA.
And that was really smart here. Look, Stewart comes over and just makes it difficult. They're sending that trap.
Gray now. Pull-up jump shot is good.
Nasty with it. And that's dangerous, China, if Gray starts hitting those early.
Huang gives it up to Wang. Wang Xiyu. Three-point shot attempt is well short by Huang. She looks at the referee after and says, I think I was fouled.
Let's have a look. Oh no, this is Chelsea Gray, gets in rhythm. Nothing but net and a splash for Gray.
Chelsea Gray now, already made one, make that two.
I told you. Once she sees the ball goes through the hoop, she's on fire.
Yang Liwei, captain of China. They go inside again. Lee, perfect job there. Holding the seal, keeps her defender where she wants her, keeps the ball high.
She's doing a wonderful job.
As Wilson says, you can't guard me that far away from the basket. Why not? They go back inside. Sorry, they go back inside to Lee, but it's a kick ball by Stewart.
And here's Asia Wilson, puts the ball on the ground. And Lee cannot stop that.
Or at least force her right, knowing that she's a left-handy.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I like the pressure. I think China needs to put a little bit of ball pressure on every position of these USA players.
Yeah, but
if not, it's just going to be way too easy.
Correct.
Huang penetrates baseline. Little underhand floater. Thomas with the defensive rebound. She's pushing it, and she goes all the way. Can't score, but ball will go back to the USA.
And that's good defense transition here. Look, she gets right there. That's not a foul, I agree. That's a good call. Gets a hand. Oh, no, actually, she gets a little hook underneath. And Wang says, hey, not me. But obviously, we get to see the replay in slow-mo, in fast action. Referee can see just that all hands.
Wei Na, number 8, checking in early for China. She hadn't played a lot until yesterday.
Yeah, and coach has put her back in the game.
Don't forget, we are missing Li Meng. Wilson kicks it out to Lloyd. Lloyd, pull-up jump shot, back rim, fight for the rebound. It's going to go to Lee. So nice defensive possession there by China as they are trailing by 4. And 12-8.
Yeah, and Lee's playing some really good minutes here. Established as a foul. She's established herself low, easy buckets, and then down here, good rebounding on the defensive end.
So Alyssa Thomas there a little bit too aggressive on the defensive end. She picks up her first foul and team's first foul. Yang Liwei. The big game last night, pull-up jump shot, well off. You thought she was fouled.
I think so.
They go, nope, they don't go inside. Gray gets it back. Talk about stopping on a dime, isn't able to make that shot, is Chelsea Gray.
Quite a fast pace, intensity to this game, isn't there?
Who do you think that benefits, China or the US?
I think China likes to play very fast. They know how to. But, you know, Cheryl Reeves, as we see just a little turnover there, she talked about in a press conference that they ran a lot in pre-tournament play, and also they try to play fast. So they, in games, you know, it's nothing new.
Wang Xiyu, three-point shot attempt is good as she celebrates a little bit.
And the crowd love it. Look at that shot there. All the Chinese are up on their feet. That was a big three, Shona.
It was. Stewart hands it back off to Lloyd. Lloyd, nice pass to Wilson. Wilson's shot, not sure how you can block that. As she keeps it so high, has a nice arc. Wang, her shot is blocked by Wilson. And now this is where the U.S. are dangerous. If you let them outlet it quickly, as Gray goes all the way to the basket and kisses it off the backboard.
Gray in her element right now, doing it all. Got the mid-range jumper, the drive, and the soft touch. Chelsea Gray for 6 points.
Huang now. They rested her most of the tournament. I think she was dealing with an injury. Lee with some fancy footwork down low. Great job by Lee Yueru from China.
Okay, Lee, I see you in the little spin cycle and dance moves. Lovely finish by her.
Lloyd to Stewart. Stewart gives it back to her. Strong take by Lloyd off the front of the rim. China with the rebound. And an opportunity to tie the game. Wang takes it all the way, is stripped by Gray. She headmans it up to Stewart. Stewart's catch and shoot three-point shot off the mark. And Lee's asking for the ball, saying, why don't you pass it to me earlier? She kicks it, Wu Tong Tong, three-point shot attempt, front of the rim. And Wilson comes up with the rebound.
Well, the roof was about to blow off if Tong Tong hit that.
Gray now finds Stewart, who is left wide open. She can't hit it, but chases down her rebound. Now Gray. Fancy pass, almost picked off, but Brianna Stewart is there, and that is going to be a 24-second shot clock violation.
And a great defensive stop there by China. I don't think we've seen USA have a shot clock violation.
Yeah, you're right.
There's not many possessions that they do not get a shot off, but we see subs now in, because they're, you know, it's a very fast game, and we're coming to the end of this first quarter. And there, Lee, some really fancy footwork and great finishing. She's on 8 points.
China now again with an opportunity to possibly tie it, as both teams made some substitutions. Li Yuan finds Jin. Jin's shot in the corner is well off. Gray now pushing the pace, kicks it up to Plum. Plum, little pull-up jump shot is good.
Wow. You know what? Usually I would say, hey, get a, you know, run the floor, rebound, but Plum comes in and she's instant offense, baby.
Wu Tong Tong finds Han Shu. Guess what? She can shoot from out there. Not that time, though. And now one possession left in this quarter, just around 10 seconds until the end. Gray gets it back. Wu Tong Tong is going to be called for a foul, so a smart foul there by her, as that's only the second team foul for China, and her first.
And now there's 4 seconds on the shot clock. No, excuse me, the game clock. There is no shot clock left. Let's see what US can get in this last possession of the game.
Well, that's a 5-second call, so talk about a defensive stop by China. Ball will go back to them with 4 seconds left in the quarter.
Another rare moment. China really turning up the heat, Shona, on the defensive end.
They get it to Wu Tong Tong. She gets it over half. She's going to have to put it up. Took a little bit too long as the game clock expires, and China trailing the USA 18-13 after 10 minutes of action.
Well, even though, you know, US are up 18-13, here's the stats. Both teams, they're 0 from 5, 0% right now from three-point line USA. I feel like China have the momentum. They're down, but they're just playing very well. They're getting defensive stops. They're turning over the US as the best players of the first quarter have really been Lee Yue-Ru down low has been incredible, and coach claps and loves it. But the defensive end, for me, China are doing a very good job, and then that's turning into offense. They are down, but they should feel good about that first quarter to keep also US to 18 points.
I agree with you, Xenia. You have to be happy even though you're trailing by 5 if you are coach Zhang Wei from China after that first quarter. And they had some good looks that they missed, where had they possibly hit those, they could be up or at least tied. And you mentioned it, not sure how many times I have seen the USA forced into a shot clock violation or a 5-second violation on the out-of-bounds play. So great job of play by China in these first 10 minutes. They're gonna have to find a little bit of scoring outside of number 14, Lee Yue-Ru, who is actually on the bench right now, though.
Well, we're going into the second quarter, and go ahead and download your courtside 1891 app. I have it on my phone, keeps me up to date. It's how I keep my stats and ready for these games. Go ahead and get that as we get to see the Spanish GOAT of Pau Gasol is here, loving it. And he is a big advocate and loves women's basketball, and this is the biggest stage and the greatest game to be watching.
Well, you said it, the biggest stage, Xenia. You can't be anywhere bigger than the gold medal game at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Second quarter action underway as the US are up 5 on China. Plum. Nice aggressivity, but she is not able to kiss it off the glass. Well, how about this? Do you think the USA are worried as Breanna Stewart is still in the game along with Alyssa Thomas? Pan, she had the mismatch, not able to score over Plum. Thomas with another rebound. Plum now penetrates, nice fast pass inside to Jones, who can't score.
And Hung just really making it difficult. She's 6'9" there. She just keeps her hands up. And then that does. Thomas tries to hit it off the Chinese feet, and it hits hers. So China gets the ball back.
So good job there by China. Another very good defensive possession for them. Pan. They're trying to find that woman. Han Chu hands it off to Wu Tong Tong. Wu Tong Tong takes the contact, and her three-point shot is good.
And she wheeled that three-pointer in. She got off Atkins off of her and was wide open.
Stewart now finds a wide open Plum. She didn't shoot it. Passes inside to Thomas. Thomas, no good. Han Chu's gonna be fouled against on the rebound, and it's gonna go against Ariel Atkins, number 7, flying in, I believe.
And I don't really think, you know, well, Hung Chu does play in the WNBA, but not really a lot of minutes, but you can't teach height, Shona. To be 6'9", and then once you put your hand up in the air, that's 10, 11 foot. That's hard to score over.
Wu Tong Tong. This time she kicks it to Jin. Jin nowhere to go, finds Han Chu, gets it out to Li Yuan. Li Yuan with some fancy dribbling, goes all the way to the basket, is blocked from behind by Jones, and now the USA have numbers. Thomas to Plum. Plum is wide open. It's a three-point basket and a foul. A possible 4-point play here by Kelsey Plum.
Incredible. She's wide open. And just at the end of this, look, she just gets a hand taken out and one. It's a potential 4-point play for Chelsea Plum.
And make that a 4-point play for Plum.
Well done, Kelsey. She's put that in. She really brings energy. She comes off the bench.
Also one of those players who won the WNBA title with Las Vegas. And Becky Hammond. Lee now finds Pan. Pan. Nowhere to go. She turns it over. Atkins leading the break. Finds Wilson. Wilson takes her time. And that's a 2-point bucket as the USA are on a little bit of a run here to start the second quarter. And Coach Zhang Wei of China wants to take a timeout.
This is a nice push by Atkins and a run. And China need to talk about it. It's just getting out of hand. You want to stop the bleeding? Well, listen in to the timeout.
防守就是现在就是小潘，你跟他们交代不清楚啊，就是你刚才交代不清楚，知道吧？是换不换，换就早喊，对吧？就我2个防1个去了，是吧？完了那个一连续性，完了没有了，拉开就是15了，就是15啊15，红到你上来，他第一下可能不会让你接球，如果错位出得太狠，完了上来直接接，这里上来直接接，接完就准备包，包完就突，完了这里协防分出去有机会就投，有机会投，下一次做一次32啊，一次32你给自己。
Well, China not getting to the free throw line yet, Shona. Usually they are pretty good from the free throw line. They shoot a fantastic clip. Haven't managed to get there yet. And we're in the second quarter, so maybe we need to see them go more aggressive, really put the pressure on, as we see Asia Wilson with averaging 16.8 points. And right now,
China now, they find Wu Tong Tong. She's already hit a big 3, make that a big 2 for China, so great job coming out of the timeout.
Well done, Wu Tong Tong stops off of that screen and hits that bucket. Asia is on 8 points, so look to go into her.
Plum now, no one to pass to. Ball, unfortunately, goes off the feet of Wu Tong Tong. Plum out to Stewart. Stewart 3-point shot attempt. And that's a box out foul going to go against Wu Tong Tong. That might be her second foul, Zania. What do you think about that? Because she's been really good for China off the bench. She has 5 points, but she's just been aggressive on both ends of the court. You don't want to see her have to go to the bench with fouls. Wilson now. Good defense by Han Chu. Go back into her. Step through. She's a lefty, folks. You got to force her right.
And right now, she's just getting hung up off of her feet. I need to send her right.
Han Chu's little shot at the elbow is no good. Atkins comes down with the rebound. Plum now pushing the tempo as she just goes all the way to the basket, tries to find Wilson. She does. Wilson to Thomas. Thomas off the mark.
Good rebound. Extra possession by the States.
3-point shot for Atkins. You got to get a hand up when you were defending these USA players.
Another lefty, no?
Yep.
Atkins with another lefty. What I like about Asia is she's using her footwork. Obviously, her hung is so tall, but she's just, you know, getting fakes, getting her up in the air.
Wu Tong Tong with those 2 fouls. How about that to get this crowd cheering for China? They needed that after the US have jumped out to 11-7 start here in the second quarter. Thomas, little low post action for her. She's not able to score, but she draws a foul against Huang.
Yeah, good job by Thomas. And just down on the other end, Wu Tong Tong, because they're so worried about the post play rolling, she's wide open on that jump shot, and she's hit it down 2 times in a row now.
Yang Liwei checking into the game for China. Gosh, she had a good game yesterday. Thomas having a great tournament. We talked about it, some shoulder issues as she has an unusual.
Yeah, torn rotator cuff, I think she has.
So it definitely affects her shot, and that's why you see her shoot like that. Huang now, nice defense. They force the turnover. Thomas leading the break. She finds Plum. She's hit one from there as she goes inside to Wilson. Ball on the ground. Han Chu comes up with it. Nice pass. Yang to Wu Tong Tong.
And that's a much better job. China is very fast, and you can get easy layups like that.
Plum dribbles the ball out of bounds, but they're saying it was last touched by China. So ball back to the USA.
Here from the turnover and then out of the gates. Look at this, Tong Tong behind. Plum's back. And a lovely finish right on the money.
Plum wide open off the back of the iron as Laney, number 14, come into the game for the first time, and Gray for the USA. They throw it up to that woman, and she does not miss. Great pass by Yang Liwei to Han Chu.
I love it, Shona. Throw it up, she'll go get it.
Strong take off the mark. China with an opportunity to run.
Good job, Looney, getting back.
And good job. Talk about bigs running the floor hard. If you run hard, you're gonna be rewarded, and that's what we saw right there as Han Chu draws the foul, so she'll give herself an opportunity for 2 at the free throw line.
And look at that, she runs so well. Keeps the ball high, away from their defenders, up in the air, and is rewarded, and goes to the free throw line. Well, gets the soft touch, makes the first.
Good job there by Han Chu. As we saw the USA go on a little bit of a run, but it's been all China the last few possessions here of this second quarter. 4 minutes left, Stewart left wide open.
That's not one person you want to leave open, China. Stewart loves that corner three. She's on 7 points. She's missed a fair few, but shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot, and you can't leave a player like Stewart open too many times. Huang up to Wu Tong Tong. Wu Tong Tong with a nice first half. No look pass underneath to Zhang Wu. Great job by Wu Tong Tong in this first half.
Yeah, she's playing out of her mind.
Well, we talked about who needs to step up, and right now that's Wu Tong Tong of China. As Yang Liwei is pushing the tempo, she decides to slow it down, waits for Han Chu, skip pass. Huang is left open, sets her feet, can't make that, and a nice box out and rebound by Gray. Oh, no look pass inside to Thomas. Thomas with the easy finish around the basket.
You have to have your hands ready at all times if you're playing with Chelsea Gray, because she will find a way to get you that ball.
Well, inside look, not able to hold on to it as Huang got tied up. Wasn't a foul, her foot, she just tripped on the foot of Wilson.
No, but the right look. Hung looking down low, and then there, I told you, no look pass by Gray.
Great footwork by Thomas as well,
yep.
To be sprinting, come to a 2-foot stop, and then a nice little step through action.
Hey, she came from the finals too, right? She was on the losing end, obviously, but she was in the finals with Connecticut.
Great to Wilson, and that's called the Las Vegas connection.
Yep. I called them the champagne mummies earlier, and that's exactly what they are. They play together on the aces, and they play together, and you can see that connection between each other. Nice pick and roll. That puts her on 12 points.
China now want to call a timeout and talk about these last 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, there is 2 minutes and 41 seconds until halftime. The USA are leading China, and it has been a game of runs, especially in this second quarter. China trailing 37-28 as they will try and cut into this lead before they head into the halftime. And how about this, Azania? We have the Twin Towers from China on the court at the same time. I love it. Except it's a turnover, and it's a 3-on-1. Wilson.
Nice.
Can't finish. Stewart for the rebound. No, but Wilson follows her shot. Wow.
Wilson really playing well, in my opinion. She is looking for her shot, gets that rebound. And you're right, we haven't seen the two Twin Towers play together, but maybe this is an advantage that the Chinese can capitalize on.
Well, good job there. Nice call by Zhang Wei, the coach of China, as they're worried about Li underneath. And let's not forget, Hong Shu, she can really spread the floor. So a foul is going to be called against number 7, Yang Yue. Lloyd, shot is off the mark. And who's there with the offensive rebound? It is Alyssa Thomas.
Incredible
as she jumps
rebound.
back onto the court. Oh, great contact. And this is what I mean. You can see Chelsea Gray and Wilson play together because, boy, do they have a great connection.
Oh, she just kind of gave her that look, and she just went back door right on the money. I love it.
Wu Tong Tong, great first half for China so far. Extra pass is taken off by Lloyd. And now the US, boy, when they run, do they get down the floor fast? Stewart for 3 is no good. Wilson with the offensive rebound, can't finish as Li Yueru comes up with the rebound. Wu Tong Tong pushing the tempo. She says, we can do it that side too. Can't finish. And now we have a 3-on-2.
Beautiful pass.
They find Stewart as she just goes all the way to the basket. Great unselfish basketball by this USA team.
They really played a great ball movement.
Hong Shu inside.
Yep, foul.
Lee, good job.
Even though China is sticking around, in my opinion, USA, just look at this. Chelsea Gray across Lloyd to her teammate Stewie. There's just a fantastic connection and energy between USA as Asia Wilson will head to the bench, and she's played some really good minutes and put in a shift. She has 16 points this first half.
Wu Tong Tong almost loses it, kicks it out to Jin. Nice defense by Atkins. But Lee there for the offensive rebound, and Stewart is going to be called for a rebounding foul, as she couldn't do much other than hold Lee Yueru.
Very low turnovers this quarter, 5 for China and 1 for USA. That is a great stat for USA. Turnover just once. They've really looked after the ball.
They go inside to Honshu. Lots of time, no need to rush.
Good defense, but they get the ball back.
Almost a turnover, they get it inside, and this time it's gonna go off the hands of Gray. 3.2 seconds on the shot clock and 7.9 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, really good defense by the US, being very aggressive up and under the Chinese.
Trying to set a back screen for Honshu. Well, it's tipped.
See what I mean? China can't get any movement in this play, but America's doing a good job because they know they want it to go to Honshu or Lee Yueru.
So the referee's talking. And they just had to adjust the shot clock. So now it's down to 2.7 and 6.7 seconds until halftime. Nice skip pass. Jin with plenty of time. Oh, what a big three-point shot. Great out-of-bounds play by China. And that is going to be the end of the half, as Gray's shot is after the clock. So a big, big three-point shot to end this first half by China.
Look at this. It was a decoy, really. They thought it was going to go into Honshu, and Jin punches the air. That is a big boy shot that she needed to hit to go in to this half. China down 10.
43-33 after 20 minutes of play here in Sydney. Well, Xenia, we expected a game, and a game is what we have been given. They are trailing 10, but it has really been back and forth all half long.
Yeah, nothing really crazy. Stats pretty even across the board. 17 rebounds for China, 23 assists, 13. 5 steals, though, for the US that they've definitely capitalized on. America playing some really beautiful basketball along with 9 points, and Wilson, who is playing incredible. Wu is 9 points. And Wilson has 16. So here are the best players of the first half. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted an intense, a grind, a strong final. And no doubt, Gray is pushing the limit. She's played fantastic. Really look for her own shot, but then also, you know, she's good with the assists. And a good start by Lee Yueru. Shona down low. She really established herself, and when you find, you know, your post players playing well, it really opens up then the floor for the shooters, and that's what's happened there. Down 10 China as we go into half. Chelsea Plum with this lovely lefty shot and one.
Yeah, you said it. I think the inside game of China early by Lee Yueru, number 14, opened up some shots by Wu Tongtong, who already has 9 points in this game, the most that she has scored for China.
Ever?
Yeah, in this tournament.
In this tournament. Okay, Wu Tongtong, we love it as much as we love to say your name, honey. You have 9 points, and we like it over here. And also the smile of Asia Wilson. Incredible half for her. And what an exciting... I need to take my jacket off because it's getting hot in here. The fans love it. We love it. Really good display of women's basketball right now in this final.
Yeah, you said it. We know we have a sold-out crowd here at the Superdome. and for good reason, because they have a ball game on their hands as China are trailing the USA 43-33, and we'll be right back, so don't go far.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Young, the captain. Nice crossover as she just beats everyone to the basket.
That's pretty, really pretty nice move.
Now Li Yuan, no one picks her up, but Kayla Jordan says no, not here, not tonight. Carlton, shot clock's winding down. She slips, isn't able to get the shot off. Colley does, and it goes in. Well, not the prettiest looking shot, but it doesn't matter because that's 3 more points for Canada. Beck Allen, and every time she's on the court, she looks like she's grimacing.
Yep.
Nice pass from Sammy Whitcomb to Steph Talbot, and now Coach Zhang Wei wants to talk to her team. And nice hands by Canada as Austin Welch-Jay gets her back with a block of her own, and Canada come up with the ball. Colley now.
I love it.
Nice ball handling. How about that fake? As a little hesitation.
Ooh.
Get Alexander on her heels.
Ooh, Shona.
Well, they got to get it over half, and they do. Oh, but a steal by Wang Xiyu to Yang. She pulls it out, finds Wang, who takes her time, and the game is tied again with 46.6 seconds left here in the semifinals of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup.
Get 2 points, and they're already nearly down 20.
And what a pass from Gray to Wilson again. Great Vegas connection, I guess you could say.
Champagne mummies, for sure.
Bagbagor, how about that?
Beautiful.
Nice little play there by the Opals.
No doubt they've practiced that one, shown a perfect back screen with under a second.
Still lots of time, though, for the USA to score as Unescu with a deep three-point shot at the buzzer is good. And that's what happens when you shoot a little bit too early at the end of the quarter, folks. So the US with those 3 extra buckets at the buzzer. Currently halftime here at the Sydney Superdome. It's the gold medal game. USA leading China 43-33, and a lot of it is because of that woman right there. A'ja Wilson, big first half, kind of what you expect now from her, considering the success she's had the last few years.
Yeah.
In the WNBA and then also with this USA team.
Well, she's averaging 16.8 this tournament, so she's right on that, just in one half. Also, she missed a game or two at the beginning as she was still in the finals and joined the team late with Chelsea, Gray, Jones, and Thomas coming in, joining the team late. But she looks on fine form as she gets Hung Shu up in the air. I really like that move for her, especially Hung has the height of 6'9", and she just keeps patient and gets her up in the air, and a nice basket. Top scorer, guess who it is? It's Wu Tong Tong. We love to say Wu Tong Tong. She's scored the most yet in this tournament, 9 points. She's averaging 5.6. And that little jump shot around the free throw area, 15-footer, is wide open because they worried about the post player on the roll. Look, here's the pick, and they don't come out, so she hits that shot. We love it, Wu Tong Tong.
Yeah, we do. You mentioned it. They're worried about the roller and that inside presence of the China bigs. But she's also knocked down some pretty big shots on her own without, you know, defensively. I mean, the U.S. are there. They're up in front of her. There you see the nice transition action by her. Well, Xenia, they're trailing by 10. There's still 20 minutes left to play. What are some 2 or 3 key points that you think China needs to do if China want to come out and beat the USA here in the second half?
Well, I think you need to limit the USA to one tough shot and get the rebound and get out and run. Really, I feel like the momentum still feels good within the China camp. They're getting some good, obviously, production from Wu Tong Tong with their big leader, Li Mang, out. So I feel like they're in a good position down, you know, just 10 points. But for me, USA have really done really well playing team basketball. That's why they're called Team USA. They've done a really good job. Obviously, Chelsea Gray is running that show, slicing and dicing with her assists. And then along with Asia Wilson, who's been clutch around the rim. But 10 points, I think they're going to come out with a different focus, USA, because 10 is not enough at this stage, and especially how fast China can get out in transition, they're going to be worried.
Well, Xenia, do you think Coach Cheryl Reeve from the USA is a little, I don't want to say nervous because they're up 10, but we have not seen Brianna Stewart and Alyssa Thomas play almost 20 minutes and a half yet at this Women's Basketball World Cup. And Wilson's also at 17.
Yeah, and we haven't seen them have a shot clock violation or an out-of-bounds 5 seconds violation. So the defense of China has been fantastic. But I think USA's focus now is going to be on another level coming out in this third. They're going to step it up. They're going to turn up the heat, go into the 5th gear. And if China, you need to be ready, because if you don't respond, they'll blow this 10-point lead out of the water and it will be game over. So China need to be focused and solid.
Well, there's 3 more minutes left here at halftime. Both teams are out warming up as we see China's game leaders. Talked about Wu Tong Tong. She's been great for them. You know what I'd love?
Yes.
I would love to see China's captain just take over here in the second half. Yang Li Wei, number 7, as you see Li Yueru. Good first half, and all of those 8 points came really, really early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you're right. She established herself low in the key. She's 100%, 4 from 4. And she hasn't had, it's not like she hasn't had a great tournament. She's just been a bit kind of inconsistent, and coach doesn't like that. She pulls her right away. So I'm really happy to see her score early in that offense. And Brianna Stewart is the first half focus player, 9 points, 3 from 5, 3 assists. And she is 1 from 6, though, from the three-point line. You know, she loves that baseline three-point shot. She always seems to get there. She hasn't hit yet, but shoot, and I keep, you know, recommending to her, just let that go. That's the right shot in the offense, and it will fall sooner or later.
Yeah, you said it. She's been left open. And I think China's got a little lucky as they haven't scored off of some of her open shots.
Yeah, and let's remember, Stewart's the MVP from the last time the World Cup happened, right, in Tenerife? She was the MVP for USA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could she be the reigning MVP? Well, if we look at this USA team, there are a lot of other players. Who would you pick from the USA to win MVP?
I'm going to go with Asia, just because she's been solid around the rim. She's playing tough defense. She's on 16 points and 4 total rebounds and 1 steal and 1 block. So she's filling up the stat line, and she's the, you know, she's the WNBA champion. She's feeling good. Why not add a World Cup trophy and medal to that collection?
And if you had to select someone from China, who would you go with?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna say Li Yeru. I think just by her hot start, she's been playing very well, but then Wu Tong Tong. But go ahead and download your World Cup app. Keep up with the stats, go back and have a look at highlights and old games, because wow, there's been some fantastic basketball this tournament.
Welcome back. It's the gold medal game here at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. The USA are up by 10 over China, 43-33. Can China get back in the game? Wu Tong Tong almost loses it. Wang now is just gonna hold on to it. So good job there defensively, and the ball will go right back to the USA.
Yeah, and good job, Chelsea. Great, just getting her hands on this and tying it up, and they get the possession arrow.
Lloyd now gets it up to Thomas. 3-point shot is off the iron, so again, another miss.
But a wide open look for Chelsea Gray. They're gonna start knocking them down.
Oh, how about this defense by Lloyd? It's a 2-on-1. Oh, and Thomas, though, just cannot pick up that bounce pass, and Lloyd said, my bad.
Well, good defense by the States, 2 defensive stops in a row. Unfortunate to score that fast break, but good defense by them.
Huang now, she's been quiet. Jin with that big 3-point shot at the end of the second quarter, remember? They go inside to Lee. They double team, nice hands by Stewart. I don't think they really needed to save it, but the shot clock was winding down anyway. So that's 2 defensive possessions in a row by the USA. You talked before the game started that this USA team are very focused defensively.
Yeah, and I told you in the third quarter they're going to turn up the heat. So great job by USA to get the 2 defensive stops that they needed. Can they get the score here?
Stewart off to Gray. Stewart gets it back. Tough layup off the rim. Wang now. Huang, excuse me. Up to Huang, who I said she's a lot better than she has been playing in the last game and a half for China. But we do think she might have been dealing with a little bit of an injury. She didn't play a lot at all leading up to the quarterfinal game. And Jin's shot is blocked by Stewart. Stewart outrunning now. And the foul is going to be called. I think it's on the shot.
Yes. Let's have a look what the referee signs.
Nope,
On
it's
the
on the
floor.
ground.
Yeah, on the floor. And another good defensive stop by USA, but really aren't capitalizing on their good defense. Both teams right now haven't scored.
Well, Yang Li Wei back into the game as Wilson missed that shot. Wu Tong Tong after the first half, she got the start for China. Yang. They go inside to Lee, and it's going to be an offensive foul as Wilson is excited about that call. So that is how many defensive stops in a row?
4 or 5, yeah, in the last 5 minutes there. Offensive as she just gets caught and she claps. The defense right now is keeping both teams. Nobody's scored such good, solid defense on both ends. Nobody's managed to tick over the scoreboard yet.
Stewart can't hold on to it, and a good defensive possession by China. We talked about it. This is their 8th game in 10 days, and I truly believe that offense can win you games, but defense wins you championships, and they're trying to go for that championship, the gold medal, the trophy at this year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Yang, turnover again by China.
And they really need to pass the ball up higher to Lee, in my opinion.
Let her go get it.
Yeah.
Nice little spin move, fade away. Chelsea Gray
says, don't worry, guys. We haven't scored in a while. Here we go. I'll show you how it's done.
Well, as long as you get stops, it's fine. Jin. Huang. And again, they're looking for Lee. Well, they threw it up that time. Maybe they're focusing too much on trying to get it in, or at least pass fake and find a better angle.
Yeah, look here, not enough juice on that pass. You've got to throw it to the rim so she can go and get it, where Chelsea, nice turnaround jump shot.
Well, 3 minutes gone in this quarter, and China has not even had a shot attempt, Azania.
Yeah, that's tough, and Chelsea's scored the only bucket in this quarter, so maybe a little slow for both teams.
Stewart with the mismatch. And Thomas is down on the floor, and the referee, is she grabbing her shoulder? No. I didn't see the play, I was watching Stewart. I think she is.
Yeah, she is. She is grabbing her shoulder, and she seems to be in a lot of pain. She went down right away. That's not a good sign, Shona. I said she does have shoulder problems anyway.
Well, we're all holding our breath. Here we'll get to see the replay. So she just goes to set a screen, Azania.
Yeah, it's nothing malicious as a basketball play, and you know what's weird? It's the opposite shoulder, as the referees will just go have a look if it's ill intent, which is not. Let's listen in.
I think they're looking at the time.
Oh.
Stop now. Can we zoom?
Look at this. She gets hit on one shoulder and she grabs the other.
Oh no, sorry, they are looking.
Yeah, they are.
So we stay with no foul. So we continue 6:43, 2.1 seconds. The ball, where was the ball? Can you go forward, please? Can I stop the game? Go normal speed. Forward. Just play, yes. So we go outside. Yeah, we go side there.
Well, the referee's making sure there was no ill intent, and good call. For me, it was just a basketball contact. She was setting a screen. Unfortunately, she does have those bad shoulders, and she's gonna have to check out, and she is the player who has played the most for the USA, almost the entire first half, as she goes to the bench
Yeah, and
with
well
8
done.
rebounds.
Yeah, well done by the referees using all the technology given to them. The right decision and the right call.
Well, gets a shot off on time. Doesn't go in. Stewart with the offensive rebound. Gray to Atkins. Atkins. How about that by the lefty shooter?
Yeah, and Atkins shoots a great clip, as we see. Sadly, Thomas has to go to the back of the, go back to the locker room and get looked at. Atkins with the 3.
Young. Jin getting some big minutes for China. Nice backdoor cut, inside pass, and Lee finishes. Good job there by Wong, finding Lee underneath the basket.
And when a well-needed basket. That's the first points this quarter. It took them a very long time to get it.
Lloyd, well, you let them get their feet set, and they are not gonna miss a lot of three-point baskets, as the USA now have jumped out to their biggest lead of the game, 15 points, 35-50 for the US. Lee now gets it up to Wong, back to her, and Stewart comes from the help side, is not able to block it, but is called for a foul. So Lee Ueru, there you see it, will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And Brianna Stewart will pick up her second foul. She hits the back of the iron. She has 10 points, 5 rebounds. Really needs to hit this free throw. They need something. They need to see the ball go through the net, as they've only scored 2. Make that 3. It's well-needed offense for China.
Yeah, you said it. China outscored in this quarter so far 7-3 by the USA. Some fancy ball handling and tough bucket for Chelsea Gray.
She's so good, Shona. She's on 10 points. I wish they would give the ball in earlier. Stop waiting.
Yeah.
Just, she's open. She does the work.
Hong.
Give it in.
She hesitated. I think she should have just catch and shot. Yong tries to come up with the ball, but she can't. But it's last touched by the USA. So ball back to China.
Having a chat about it. Let's have a look. I think maybe she tipped the ball right at the end, but no, they're sticking with China.
Wong, see you. Looks inside, nice hands by Wilson. Oh, but it ends up in Lee's hands. Fancy shot, can't make it. And now Stewart leading the break for the USA. Gets it up to Gray, who has been fancy. Oh, goodness me, no look pass. Gray to Wilson.
Listen, that 1-2 punch combo is something special. That puts Wilson on 18 points. And for me, China looking, as Stewart nearly has that turnover, looking too hard. It's too obvious that they want to get it into Lee as the post. They're trying, like, you know what I mean? It's too obvious that USA are just sucking in as Kelsey Plum loves it. And China gonna have to call a timeout. Maybe go something different. Maybe put Hong Shu back in the game, or put both of them in, and then, like they did in the first half. Let's listen in. Well, 13 turnovers for China is a lot in the third. quarter. There we see the lovely dime from Gray to our teammate. Gosh, that's nice. That needs to be a highlight. I could watch that over and over again.
I could also, as that is the 7th assist for Chelsea Gray in this finals. There's only 2 players who have had more assists in a World Cup final, and that was in '94. And it was Dawn Staley, and then after that, in 2014, Diana Taurasi had 8.
So both
USA players.
USA players.
What a 3-point shot by Wang Xiyu. And that's what China needed, and hopefully this can give them a little bit of momentum.
But a deep 3, and really the only offense that they had.
Lloyd with the answer, and an answer it is.
So calm, so smooth, and right back at ya.
Yang. Really no offense here from China. That's a very, very tough 3-point shot. Off the mark, Lee there for the offensive rebound. Turns it over though, and Gray. No look pass. I think it was intended for Stewart, but it ended up in the hands of Wilson. As you see Gray looking at Stewart and laughing right now like, yo, that was for you.
Yeah, but Asia knew and always has her hands ready as she plays with Chelsea.
Oh boy, did Chelsea Gray have an amazing WNBA playoffs and finals. And watching her here in this tournament, Azania, she reads and feels the game better than most people, that's for sure. Wilson misses the second. Honshu in the game.
I wonder if we could see Chelsea get a double-double in points and assists. That would be cool. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Wu Tong Tong. Strong penetration is fouled by Lloyd, so she'll go to the free throw line.
And Wu Tong Tong, great, puts her head down and drives, and yes, that is a foul. Lloyd across her arms, and Wu Tong Tong picked up those 2 fouls in the early, but she's managed them very well, and she played solid too. She had those 9 points in the first half, and she'll look to get 2 more here at the line.
Well, she makes the first of 2. Make that 2 of 2 for Wu Tong Tong. Stewart now gives it up to Gray. Extra pass from Lloyd to Atkins. Atkins to Gray. Gray rolled in and out, but it's tipped to Stewart, and Wu Tong Tong's gonna be called for a reach-in foul.
And that's her 3rd. But you can't sub her. She's playing so well right now. And good to see that picture right there, and a smile of Alyssa Thomas come back from the locker room. A little bit of tape on that shoulder.
You said it. At least she's back out, and Lloyd left wide open. And I mentioned it, you cannot let them get their feet set and open shots, because they do not miss a lot of open shots, the USA.
Nope, especially Lloyd shooting a great clip from the 3-point land.
Wang. CU gets it to Wu Tong Tong. Tong Tong's jump shot is good, so she is continuing her stellar play in this final game.
And she's really figured it out, right? As the tip happens, they figured it out. Tong Tong, in my opinion, after the pick and the roll, she's wide open and she's executing it. And great to see this sub back in after she went out. So that's good to know that those shoulders are okay, maybe just a little tweak.
Yeah, that's a great sign, like you mentioned. Comes back out of the locker room, and right back in the game is number 12 by the USA, Alyssa Thomas. Plum, strong penetration, no help side, easy layup for her.
Oh, she's so fast. She.
Nice pass, Wong, easy layup. And a great job there by China. Now they got to dig down and get a couple stops to finish this third quarter.
They really do. Struggling on the offensive end. Only scored 12 this quarter to USA's 20.
Well, that's not the kind of stop China needed, as Plum just pulls up for 3.
And that's what's so difficult. We see the drive and the kick and the tip out of bounds. Is Plum's sitting on the bench ready. She's instant offense. She's just saying, hey, coach, put me in the game. And look at this. Sets her feet. Beautiful arcing three-point shot. And she's instant offense right off the bench.
Wong. Little step back, one-footed shot for her is good. Deep three-point shot off the mark. So now China, they'll have another opportunity to score as Wu Tongtong is fouled. So ball back to China. That is only the 4th team foul by the USA. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 39.7 until the end of the third.
Yeah, and Lloyd probably comes up on the bad side of that foul.
Good defense here by Lloyd. Wong has to put up a tough shot. Jin there for the offensive rebound, though. Ball back to China. She throws it up. Wu Tongtong, penetration. No, she can't finish, as Thomas there with another rebound for her. And now Plum. Not sure she knows how much time is on the clock. Maybe she does.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Now she does, for sure. 10 seconds left. Penetration. Oh, what a finish! Great finish by Kelsey Plum.
Incredible finish there by Kelsey Plum. Takes on the big, uses the rim for protection, and finishes. I told you she was on the bench.
Well, at the end of 30 minutes here in the finals, the USA are up on China big now, 68-47.
And there we have the stats. Pretty even on the two-point end. 3-point, 4 from 13 from China. But for me, it's all about Plum's execution there in her 9 minutes of play. She has 13 points. Gray had these nice, beautiful, smooth-looking jump shots. America, for me, as they love it, the bench love it, that was a solid offensive quarter there. They scored 25. That's way too many. If China want to get back into this game, they were solid. And there, Atkins, three-point shot.
Well, we saw it at the beginning of that quarter. Azania, back and forth turnovers by both teams. Neither team really scored for a while until Chelsea Gray with that fancy little pull-up. And basically after that, it was just raining points by the USA.
I know you want to do a bit of a cheer for Team China. Let's do that right now. Team China.
Well, all smiles from Stewart. And USA really in control here going into the fourth. Solid. They're getting great production. And I always talk about, people say, why are the States so good? Why do they keep winning all these championships and these trophies and medals? Is because how deep they can go. They've got 12 solid players on their bench. So when you sub in, it does not drop off. I remember when I was playing in the Olympic Games and I was guarding Sylvia Fowles, and I thought, oh, yeah, she's getting a sub. And guess who subs in? Candace Parker. And I said, oh, gosh, do I get a sub at this moment? And it's the same look at this team as this new generation of Americans are coming up. It doesn't drop off. from Asia Wilson to Jones to everyone. There's somebody who's going to come in, and a great example is of Kelsey Plum, who's been sitting on the bench, and she is instant offense. She has 13 points, and she is hard to guard, and she's looking good for the USA.
Ten minutes left here to play at the Sydney Superdome. It's the gold medal game. USA leading China 68-47. China needs to dig down. Can they do it here on their first possession? We have the Twin Towers inside. They go high-low. Lee finds Jin in the corner. She's not able to shoot. That's a tough shot. No foul. And now Thomas leading the break. She gives it up to Plum. Well, how about that, Kelsey Plum?
Get off of me, Shona. I told you, she's feeling it. She's seen the ball go in the hoop. And right now, she's just in her offensive bag with 15 points.
You said it, she is pulling everything out. We saw that great take at the end of the third quarter. Wu Tong Tong had a wonderful game for China, tries to get inside to Lee. Jones comes up with the steal. Atkins inside to Thomas, nice defense. It's a steal by Wong. She's leading the break. Nowhere to go. Finds Honshu. Honshu for three off the back of the iron, and now Plum gives it up to Lloyd. Lloyd, who has had an excellent game. I feel like we haven't even talked about Jewel Lloyd. That is now, she is 3 of 5 from three-point range.
Oh, I've spoken about her. That shot is oh so good. She gets her feet set. She has a beautiful shot. And they need another timeout because the States have come out to a hot 5-0 run. And China want to talk about it. Let's listen in.
Well, that woman right there has been exceptional for the USA off the bench here today, but also in this tournament, as she is the only player to have scored 15-plus points in the last 4 games, and the only player actually in this entire tournament coming off the bench and doing that.
And that's the thing, right? She does what her team needs her. Of course, she doesn't come off the bench for the aces, but that's what I spoke about, just that point of they do not drop off when subs come in and rotate, and she's always ready. She brings that intensity and that energy.
China now, let's see what they can get out of the timeout. Tough defense here by the USA. We mentioned it. It is what they want to be known for at this tournament. They go inside to Honshu. Honshu just keeps the ball high and shoots over Jones.
Really good job by her. She's so good keeping that ball high, because as soon as you bring it down, the shorter players have the advantage.
Atkins now off the rim. Lee there for the rebounds. And that foul is going to go on Plum.
Yep, right on the elbow there.
And another quick foul going against the USA is Alyssa Thomas. That's going to be her second foul. Well, Coach Reeve there wants to talk about it. think the refereeing has been excellent this game and throughout this tournament. Wu Tongtong, standout player for China in this final game. She drives hard, falls to the ground. That's a block by Thomas. Atkins now.
No, that's not good. Wu Tongtong stuck. And her knee there, she's holding on to it. No. That's not what we want to see here. She drives, it just takes out under her. She's played incredible.
Yeah, and you saw she wasn't even able to jump as she just falls to the ground. And the crowd has gone silent here at the Sydney Superdome, Azania, as we are waiting to see.
And this is what the tough thing is about this tournament. It is a lot of minutes, a lot of time, a lot of games in their legs as they start to fatigue. She's been playing so hard, Shona. Wu Tongtong has 13 points. She's played 20 minutes. And yeah, they're gonna need a sub.
And I think she is gonna, and they're sorry, right on your TV screen, that is Li Mong, who has had a great tournament for China. Unfortunately has not played tonight, nor did she play yesterday for China. She was their leading scorer with 16 points a game. She is sick, she has a fever. So at least she's here supporting her teammates as we see Wu Tongtong being carried off the floor by her teammates. And that is not a sight you want to see, Azania.
My heart goes out to her prayers because that wasn't too much, but it was a full speed layup with a twist. And yeah, that's really sad and disappointing as she's gonna have to go to the back and she's really in some pain. And this 24-point lead now is looking really difficult to dig in for China.
Atkins now gives it off to Plum, who's had a great final game here at this Women's World Cup. She gets it to Thomas. Thomas going to work, a little scoop shot. Well, Laney tries to come up with the offensive rebound. She can't, so ball back to China. Li Yuan now, who had a nice game against Australia yesterday. Plum, though, with the steal, headmans it to Thomas, and an easy 2-point basket for Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, really good throw-ahead pass by Plum. And this defense has really won this game for USA. They have really turned it up since the third quarter. China don't have an answer. They haven't scored yet.
Han Chu. Great game yesterday in the semifinal against Australia. That skip pass is picked off by Atkins. Plum was open, but she passes it to a more open Laney in the corner. So a good job there by the USA. I'm telling you, you let them run that semi-transition. They share the ball so well, and they are so unselfish. It's about finding the person who is more open for this USA team.
Yep, and real quick, it's a 29-point lead. Opens up so quick. Let's listen in to the timeout. Here's the steal by Atkins, and then a nice extra pass, sharing the basketball, and beautiful play by USA, making sure everyone gets on the scoreboard.
Well, the USA on to possibly making more history if they continue to score like this. There's 6 minutes and 24 seconds left. China now, they need to dig down, get a couple good looks at the basket. But for me, they have to do it more on the defensive end.
They really do. But the defense for USA has really, I told you, turned up from that third quarter.
Yeah.
China's only scored 2 points, Shona, in this quarter.
Well, that was a good look by Yang Li Wei. And offensive rebound, it's going to be a jump ball back to the USA. Plum now in charge of running things for the USA as she gives it off to Stewart, gets it back. Stewart missed a few from the three-point line here this afternoon as she misses that one as well.
But the right shot, doesn't matter if you miss it or not, you're gonna miss shots, right? But it's the shot that you have to take in the offense. It's drawn for her and she gets it wide open.
Wang is fouled by Laney. China with the ball back. It's almost going to be a 5-second call as Wilson tips it out of bounds. So ball back to China, still 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Nope, change that. We have 13 seconds now on the shot clock instead. China, only 49 points. They've been averaging 84 points a game in this tournament, Azania. The USA has really shut them down. Nice strong take by Yang off the mark. Lee there for the offensive rebound and put back.
And good job getting that extra possession. And you're right, the defense for USA has been incredible. They might get the steal here, they do. Nope, they don't.
But was it possession?
I don't know.
You know what my question is?
Yeah?
I don't know if China really ever had possession, so I don't think the shot clock... Okay, so the shot clock's at 12 as the starters and stars of this USA team looks like they are coming out and they won't be checking back in as Coach Cheryl Reeves hugs Brianna Stewart and Chelsea Gray as they go to the bench.
And Austin in the game now.
Wilson, step back off the mark. That's a shot clock violation.
And Ionescu also seeing her first minutes in this final.
Well, I like this, and I think it's a great opportunity. Nice pass, big to big. Hanchu to Li Yueru. I like these two playing together, and I think it's something that China should look at doing more at these major FIBA tournaments moving on, because this generation of Chinese players, Azania, they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah, and there, look, Asia tried to go up against both of them, and they just squeezed her in. And that's a foul, and they're saying no basket on the floor. Yeah, we don't see them play together much. They usually sub in for each other, and that will be the final minutes that we see of Asia Wilson. She finishes with 19 points. Shona, she's had a great evening, played 26 minutes, 8 from 15 from the floor.
And a holding foul is going to go against Kelsey Plum. As what a month Asia Wilson has had.
Yes, a month, not a tournament. The last month.
All summer as well.
Yeah.
But the last month.
It's been really special for her over at the Aces in Las Vegas. Their first championship, and then she'll lift the trophy in just 4 minutes. But can China really make one last dig?
Oh, there's still 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
I'd love to see China go on a little bit of a roll, because it was such a hard-fought game, especially in the first half, as UNESCO's shot is off the mark, but an offensive rebound by Laney. Jones now, her shot's short. Another offensive board by the USA. That's a tough layup, not able to score, but she's gonna go to the free throw line.
Good extra possession, and hey, look at this. Let's see, Jones is here. Let's have a look. Yep, across her arm. China, that's their first foul, Shona. Maybe they should have been a little bit more aggressive. Their first foul in, you know, this quarter, where USA are way over the limit. So this next 3 minutes 45, as Jones hits that free throw, goes 2 from 2. They'll go to the line any foul that America does on them.
So the US now 80-54 over China. Jones a little bit too aggressive on the defensive end there. Not sure, I mean, I like putting pressure on bigs, especially when they're out at the three-point line, because it usually means they're trying to look to the high-low. But I don't think Lee Ueru is going to blow by you. So you don't have to be overly aggressive, especially when you then will put them to the free throw line here on out.
Yeah. And this could be something that China tried to exploit this next 3.5 minutes, because they will go to the line. That means points could be scored with the clock not moving.
Yep, that's the best way to get back into the game, as she knocks down her free throws. Plum finds Jones, gets it over to Laney. Laney drives middle. Tough pass. Austin, UNESCO in the corner. Shot clock winding down. It's no good. Han Shu comes up with the rebound.
Really could have been a foul there, but no call. And a good job by the States to get back.
Well, Azania, how about this statistic here tonight? 15,895 fans in the stadium.
Wow.
That is the World Cup record for a women's basketball game in the modern era of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup.
How many? 15,000?
15,895.
That's a beautiful number.
It is a beautiful number.
That's a beautiful number down under, because that is really fantastic for the women's game. This many people, this many fans come out and support and watch a great game of basketball.
Yeah, you said it. This has been a wonderful tournament, and the support that a lot of these teams have got, especially the Chinese team, they have had their fans out every game. Yang, Li Wei, deep three-point shot goes in, so good job there by China. And their fans are still celebrating and excited every time China makes a basket.
Which they should be, right? Even though they're down here, they're still going to win silver. They still have done a good job, and Plum goes in, cuts in, and finishes against the big player. Wow, she's so good, isn't she?
She really is. She's such a talented scorer, known very much as a three-point shooter, but the way that she can just shake and bake and get to the basket as Han Shu, that is a tough shot. Lee there for the offensive rebound and easy putback.
That's nice rebounding. And hey, do you know what we also forget is Plum is a gold medalist at 3x3.
Yeah.
No? So
yeah.
Here she is.
Three-point shot attempt is off the
She's a
mark.
3x3 gold medalist at Tokyo.
Yep. for the USA, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But that's where all those tricks and moves come from. Obviously, she has that, but that definitely helped her. So a good year for Plum, really, also. A gold medal, a championship.
Hard take by Zhong Ru is no good. Ball back to the USA. And we talked about it, Zhong Ru getting some minutes today and yesterday with Li Meng on the bench and not having played today or yesterday. China's leading scorer, so they missed 16 points a game. I think it would have changed the way that they played, to be honest.
I think I have to agree with you.
Oh, nice offensive rebound is Austin. She can't put the putback in, though. Wong gets it out to Yang. Her two-point shot was off the mark. Lee with the offensive rebound. Ball's on the floor. Plum comes up with it. There's just under a minute to play. And I think we can start saying that the USA are going to be this year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup champions. Well, Plum says, if you're not going to guard me, I'll shoot. And that ball is going to go back to China, though Austin believes it went off the leg of Wang Xiyu.
Might have to agree with her there. That might be the only call that the referees have missed. They've done a really good job. Congratulations to them. I felt like they did a solid job, but it's all USA. Can they get one last score here? China.
Not if Plum has anything to say about it. And look at this hustle, Azania. The game is almost over and players are still diving on the court. That's what it means to play for your country.
Yeah.
That is kind of the effort you need to give every possession, every minute of every game if you want to compete and be on the podium at the end of a tournament.
Yeah, and really sacrificing her body here. Plum's played a sensational minutes. 18 minutes.
Yang, the captain for China. Little hesitation, she drives baseline. Han Shu is open, and the fans love it, but actually she was out of bounds, Azania, so the ref called it off, and ball back to the USA.
Poor thing. That was a lovely, nice play to finish, and Plum will run out the clock.
Well, what a game and what a tournament by this USA team. Talk about locking down and defending. That's exactly what they did. The final score, the champions, USA 83 over China 61.